Hey lovelies, you're welcome back to Reviews and Recaps. Let's talk about the whole revenge P being addressed at the reunion. First of all, I personally think that it was very triggering. I went back to listen to the audio a little bit, right? And I just went back and just found a clip online, right? And I just listened to the audio. And you could hear it in Melody's voice that she was fed up. You could tell almost like it felt like she was being triggered in that moment, in my opinion. Now, I may be completely wrong, but I want you guys to go back and listen. Don't even watch the video. Just close your eyes and listen. I heard the way her voice was and I was like, wow. It was definitely very triggering and upsetting for her, in my opinion. And I really feel like Carlos King has done so much, and to still have them both on the reunion stage close to each other like that, you definitely hate Melody. That much is obvious. You can try to act like you're in denial and stuff, but you must hate her. Because why would you put this woman in the same room with a man that pled guilty for harassing her? A man that admitted on an interview that he sent her the revenge P and was practically threatening to release it. So let me be clear. It's like, how do you have that same person in front and right there, right next to her? And then this man keeps trying to address her. And you can't say throughout this reunion, Martell, you will not be addressing Melody directly. You could have said something. You said nothing. The only thing you said at some point was asking Martell to let Melody finish her thoughts. But the truth of the matter is, you set the whole scene up to begin with. You could have completely changed the seating arrangements. You could have had him completely in a different room. Yet you chose to bring him on. If you were someone who truly cared about Melody's well-being, when she told you at that event where you pulled the millimeters and had people over there paying for the tickets to the live show, only for Melody to tell you how she was feeling, and yet you haven't done anything yet. Martell has called you out publicly, yet he continues to be on the show. And it seems that you continue to let him slide and do whatever he feels like doing. It's almost like the risk appetite of the people over at OWN is in the toilet. It's garbage at this point, because I just don't understand how this whole revenge P thing, him getting arrested for harassing communication, shouldn't have told you guys, okay guys, we can't have both of them on the show. Let's remove Martell. Since he pled guilty, let's do a suspension until the outcome of the appeal comes out. That could have been something else that could have been done. Yet it wasn't done. So I feel like there's really nothing that you can tell me that doesn't highlight that Carlos does not care about Melody. And I know some people are saying, well, you can't say that the cast didn't defend Melody. It is a little too late for that. You guys have known for years. You guys said absolutely nothing. You guys have known for such a long time. According to Tisha, he showed the boys the tape. So I know at the reunion, they're trying to sing another tune. But what it sounds like is there was a tape which was seen by everybody before, allegedly. So if that's to be believed, you guys all knew about it. You guys all saw an intimate moment that she had with her husband. Why are you now speaking about it just now? We appreciate you speaking about it. At least it will go down in history that you spoke about it. And then at least people will no longer try to act like they don't know what happened and can actually see it on the screens. Even though I believe it wasn't covered in the best way yet, and it should have been covered better. But at least Marsau and Tisha still came up and said the context that we've all been talking about for years that no one has talked about on the show. The fact that they all knew this, don't forget that Carson Blue said that she told Tisha. Tisha didn't say anything. Tisha was quiet as kept. Said absolutely nothing. So it is obvious that these people all knew among themselves, knew what it was, and chose not to say anything because It was cool. They were cool with Martell. They didn't care about Melody. But now that Martell has now made them an enemy and Martell is now speaking on them, they now feel like, oh, well, enough is enough. We're going to speak on what Martell has done and discredit him before he exposes us. I think that that's all it is. So let's be clear. Marsau, Tisha, Maurice, Kimmy do not have integrity. Nobody on the show has integrity except Melody Cherie. Because if you had integrity, well, okay, maybe Sunny has some integrity as well. But if you had integrity, you wouldn't sit by and let that narrative about Melody be spread, knowing fully well what is happening behind the scenes. You have to be a vile person. And I hope they all know that karma is coming to knock at all of their doors, because whatever they sow, that they will also reap. It is not a curse. It's just the reality of life. So if you think that you will go scot-free after being complacent, is it being complicit? Being complicit, I think it is. Being complicit. After being complicit in all of the things Martell has done, because it wasn't directed at you guys will surely reap it also. It's just the principle of life. That's just what happens. So they will not get away from this unscathed, in my opinion. If they think that Martell has just started with them with that new person that he tried to bring on, they have another thing coming. Because it's only going to be downhill from here on out when it comes to this whole Love and Marriage Huntsville and the cast and stuff. Did you guys notice Destiny was quiet the whole time? She did not say anything. And she wants us to believe that she's a DV advocate. If you're a DV advocate, wouldn't you stand up, knowing fully well what you know about the Revenge P situation? Do you know how vile that is? That intimate, sacred moment that you're having with your husband. Even if you don't have a husband, think about it. If Moses did not even go to that extent, and you want to die, and you're so upset, and every time you're talking, you're constantly bringing up Moses and Sunny and how vile things are, and they didn't even do a fraction of what Martell has done to Melody. Not even a fraction. This is the thing that gags me about a lot of the people. You don't have to like Melody. Absolutely. You do not need to like Melody. You can like whoever you want. Nobody cares. But when it comes to something as serious as Revenge P, you mean to say to me that you will choose to be quiet than stand for what is right? You're just as disgusting, in my opinion. And this also goes for Maurice, this goes for Kimmy, everybody on that cast that has been quiet and said nothing, including Tisha and Marsau, because they were quiet and said nothing for a long time. It was only until Martell started showing that he has no loyalty to them that they then started to be like, all right, we need to defend ourselves, so we're going to stand up and tell the truth about what we really know. So that doesn't come from a place of integrity. Now, another thing that really annoyed me at this reunion was that Martell kept dancing around the question, not being honest. Did you plead guilty or did you not plead guilty? He couldn't answer a question straight. The fact that even when this whole questioning was going on, the castmates were still laughing. What is funny? Did you guys see Melody's face that time? She was hurt and upset. Rightfully so. And the fact that at the reunion stage, everyone is acting like it's some joke is ridiculous to me. Even Carlos had a smirk on his face when he was asking her what is the state of our relationship with Martell. Are you guys serious? What kind of stupid question is that? This man was arrested. There is a no contact order. What do you mean? What kind of relationship do you guys have? Are you all right? Like, Carlos, did you write those questions? These are the times where I really ask people, are you okay? Because why would you even have a smirk on your face? And why would you even ask that question? You know the answer to that question. They haven't even filmed together all season. So what kind of stupid question is that? It's the same way you will see it in the second part where he would be asking Destiny, did Martell and Melody ever proposition you for a threesome? What kind of stupid ass question is that? And this is why I believe everything. Well, I believed her from day one because she's the queen of receipts. But beyond that, I believe everything that Melody has said. Because this is workplace retaliation. Because what kind of questions are these questions? You are specifically trying to ask these questions to incite. You're asking these questions to create a reaction. And it's not like these are things that came up on the show itself. Isn't the reunion meant to be stuff that's come up on the show that is then being asked? None of these questions have anything to do with what happened on the show. The fact that Martell was constantly interrupting Melody, it's like, where do they do that at? When someone has been arrested for harassing communications. Like, that is so extreme. And Carlos, you don't know how to protect women. Carlos, you do not know how to protect anybody. People need to be running from you. If they want, honestly, if I ever wanted to be on a reality TV show, it wouldn't be going through Carlos. I'm not being funny. Because see how he did Melody. See how he was acting with Destiny. All the microaggressions, touching her hair. What was that about? Even with Nell. Like, what is that about? It is so weird. It's given you don't like women. And I don't know what it is. But these people aren't your mother. Like, I don't know what it is. Because usually it stems from, a relationship with their mother, in my opinion. Whatever the reason may have been, I just think that this is another season where we've seen Martell play in Melody's face, take no accountability for everything he's done. He's even acting like he didn't do anything wrong. And it's shocking how that was just glossed over. Like, Carlos, you usually have a lot to say. Like when you were telling Melody that, oh, how wouldn't she know if there was a penis in her mouth? Why couldn't you tell Martell? Why wouldn't you know if you pled guilty? Why would you plead guilty if you're not guilty? Why couldn't you say those things? But you chose not to say it because Martell is your guy. And you do not care about whether or not Melody's hurt because, one, you don't protect women. Two, you hate Melody deep down, in my opinion. So this whole thing just reminds me about, yes, why Melody left, and she's well within her rights to leave and not ever look back, because these people are messy, are disgusting. They can't speak up when they're meant to speak up. They have no integrity. Martell lacks accountability. So what else? What are we doing? Why are we playing? It's like you lot are just playing in our faces now. Anyway, that is how I feel. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'm actually quite tired of it. I almost did not watch this reunion. Of course, I didn't give OWN TV a view or anything, but I almost didn't watch the reunion because I was just like, I know it's going to be some mess. And I really did not want to watch it. But I just thought I have to bring the content for you guys. So let me watch. Let me be the scapegoat so you don't have to watch it. But yeah, it was just exactly what I expected. Trash. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like, share, hit that subscribe button and turn on all your notifications so you know every single time that I post. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye.